Good morning, adorables. We here at Earth Angel Academy are once again meeting to invoke some angels, to try and find some guidance, some help, some support. And we're working with our human journey, and we're trying to be a little more angelic along the way. Today, we're going to work on some deep practices. Part of this experience here on the planet involves all kinds of lessons, experiences, difficulties, challenges, and things that we get to evolutionary opportunities, shall we say. The three things we're going to work on is jettisoning or releasing baggage or other people's stuff. The second is we're going to work on internal dead zones. And the third is we're approaching Halloween, the veil is thin, and what does that actually mean to sensitive people? So the first practice is actually a tower practice. We're borrowing this from the Tarot, but we're going to use a little bit of angelic jujitsu to shift it from like a world-ending thing to actually a healthy practice. I was working with an Earth Angel last week, and one of the dynamics she had was she was carrying, literally she was holding on to as emotional baggage, carrying and supporting people in her life that she does have some responsibility for, but she was carrying too much. And so it's a simple balancing practice. What am I carrying that no longer serves? How am I holding on too tightly, or what am I grasping, or what is it not appropriate for me to be holding? The tower image came up, and from that card in the Tarot, you'll see people literally being thrown out or jumping out of a burning tower as a cataclysmic world end sort of circumstance. The angelic version of that today is to just let go of something. Something that, an opinion, a thought, a belief that you have to help in a way that may not be in your right balance. So this is a balancing practice. If you're called to help, by all means, call and help. Be called and help. And if you're holding on too tight, if you're over-efforting, if you're trying too hard, hello, my name is David, and so many times I've tried too hard, and we're just going to let it go. So this, usually when we're engaging healing and inspiration here, we're accessing grace. We're saying, how can the divine help us? How can sources outside of us improve us? In this moment, we're using our free will. And we're finding that one thing or multiple things, and we're tossing it out of our energy field. We're letting it go. We're releasing it. Perhaps we're forgiving ourselves, or more importantly, if you're an Earth Angel, you're pre-forgiving yourself. We're letting go of guilt. We're letting go of martyrdom. We're letting go of shame. And we're definitely finding the right balance in how we show up in our relationships. The second practice is a little tougher. A dead zone, if you think about the metaphor of a dead zone, there'll be places in the ocean where enough oxygen doesn't come in, or there's too many pesticides and stuff just doesn't grow. Unfortunately, sometimes in our earthly experience, we're going to get hit where parts of our being kind of die, or there's no vibration, or there's no movement. And if you're being hit by a dead zone, you want to be aware of it, you want to label it, and you want to get out of it as soon as possible. It is possible, as Earth Angels, a lot of you guys are empaths, and so it is very possible for you to empathically pick up somebody else's dead zone. If you do, excuse me, there's a little bit of a lesson, a little bit of an opportunity, a little bit of a learning experience, and it's a rich experience to be able to learn to go to have something dead to something moving again, to come to life again. Spring shows us the way every year, and there's nothing that whatever, we're going to go through these cycles. And so finding, if you're in that right now, take a full breath in. And I'm just going to ask very gently the healing question, what helps you come to life again? Is it joy? Is it beauty? Is it vibration? Is it dance? Is it becoming angry? Is it acknowledging fear? What is it? There's a turn toward it practice where with a nice long spine and with all of your strength, you look at the thing that has harmed you, or the thing that has traumatized or triggered you, or the thing that you just don't want to look at. And that's a sub-practice within figuring out how we heal our dead zone or dead zones. Going to go to the angels, a quick cut, and I get prosperity. Fortunata. Hello, sweetie. We are allowed to be prosperous in this lifetime. Spiritually prosperous, emotionally prosperous. We can have prosperity of the heart, prosperity of the mind, physical prosperity, you name it. All those things are available in their right measure to each of us. If you are currently experiencing a dead zone of any type, please call on Fortunata to bring you the fortune of vitality, hope, new life, movement. She's coming through today for me as a very light, once again, a very lightening up sort of energy. And the real question is what does she feel like to you? If you need this practice, if you're in this practice today, then just ask, and more importantly, receive and feel, how does Fortunata help me come to life again today? Good. Now our third quick topic is Halloween approaches and the veil is thin. In the Celtic tradition, they used to, in Northern Europe, every time the deciduous forests would start to lose their leaves, there would be an eerie, otherworldly feel to the land as the leaves went to sleep, as the trees went to sleep, and as the light filtered through. And literally, if you're in a deep forest in the fall, the veil of the leaves, at least, would become thinner. That seems to be a metaphor for how the fabric between 3 dimensions and the expanded realms, 5D, the spirit world, if you will, how all that is thinner. And as I experience it as a sensitive and an empath and whatever else I am, I sense that as stuff will get through that may be outside of my normal roads and pathways. Like I've cultivated positive connections to angels and spirit guides and the divine and the Holy Spirit and all kinds of wonderful things. And during this time of the year, I catch glimpses out of the corner of my eye of stuff that feels everything from confused or lost, sometimes a little spooky, but it doesn't have that clear, beautiful presence that my standard connection with the divine has. It has a little more of things are just a little messy, and stuff is getting through that may not be literally part of my highest and best. There's not much to be done for it other than just an awareness practice, where if you see something out of the corner of your eye, a little shadow, a little flit, you may do a practice of, is this something that needs something? Is this a fairy or a pixie or a ghost, or is this a lost soul? And you could do a little prayer where you send back to heaven anything that needs to return to heaven, or you could do a little prayer for understanding or community, just send some love and light. And actually I guess that's the territory we're in. As an earth angel, one of your callings may or may not be to become a beacon of shining light. And so if you're seeing the little stuff out of the corner of your eyes, or if you're having a bad dream or a nightmare, or if things just feel a little weird, then do a quick recentering practice. And we're actually going to run some light. I'm seeing golden light emitting from the heart center, maybe the 3rd chakra. And like a little glowing beacon, it might pulse or it might shine. Some of you will be searchlights. Some of you will be a candle in the window. Find your right expression. The rainbows are out, and so maybe a rainbow energy instead of a golden energy will be good. And I'm going to do 2 angels for angelic help. Who helps us understand the veil is thin? And I get resurrection, Gabriel. So in the way this is ordered, Gabriel is both the announcer of the angelic world, and he's the reminder that we can come to life again. And I'm grateful to see him because, of course, the whole dead zone thing that we were talking about in this middle part, he fits. Woohoo. Congratulations. And the second is Michael, protection. And so some of the classic, this is the season for horror stories, and we don't really want to live in a horror story. We want to enjoy them from a distance. At least that's my intention. So if you are sending light and you literally feel scared, then trust that to a degree and invoke Archangel Michael. Yes. So now we're going to run a little bit of light. We're going to call either a rainbow or a golden hued light from our heart or our third chakra. And we're going to broadcast it either as a beam or as a globe, as rolling waves of light that cover the universe, or as a little glow that surrounds us and stays within our aura, or anything in between. For you burgeoning light workers out there, good job. For you experienced light workers out there, thank you so much. And on that note, we will call it a day. Peace.